tonight. Dega, I think. Hold on just a second. I'm blue screening so that I can get the notifications off so you don't see that bar all night. Alright, we're all set. In the booth with me tonight, I have Archangel Cloud, I have Serenity Racing, and I have the one and only Noko. So 2 of 8 captains in the booth checking out our development pool. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys. What? No.
Why am I not surprised that you copied me exactly there, Serenity? Tonight we have preset Cup Series. Again, this is the development pool, so this is a bunch of drivers that are new to the Giggity Racing League. We just finished our draft yesterday, I believe, for the drivers for the next season. Some teams still have a few open spots. They're not sure who they all wanted to pick, so they wanted to check out this development pool. So again, that's why we have Noko and Serenity here in the booth. Noko, go over real quick. What are you looking for as a team captain?
Oh, man. You know, I'm looking for someone that can just hold the line, someone that is willing to learn. I mean, to me, it's team chemistry. Speed will come later. You know, I'm pretty proud of the effort that my guys put forth each week, and it really shows. A lot of them have really progressed well, and I'm real proud of them for that. So, I mean, it's not necessarily speed I'm looking for. I'm more looking for consistency, limiting mistakes, and, you know, keeping a cool head after the race if something were to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Serenity, same question, but to you, as you're also a team captain. You were a team captain last season. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out, so some things happened. Cola took over. This next season, you're looking at starting Shin 2.0. So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for guys that are just going to sit back, leave a bit of a gap between themselves and the car in front. Steady line, obviously, but we all know when you're on a controller, hogging a steady line can be difficult. So, you know, if they are getting a little bit wobbly, it's going to happen. You're going to have, what, over 20 drivers sitting in a draft. 20 drivers single file on presets is quite difficult. I'm looking for drivers that are going to make moves, but are going to make sensible moves. I'm talking about the drivers that are going to go to the high line and work with other drivers that are already up there. I'm not looking for drivers that are going to stick their nose underneath and push cars at the track. We are not looking for that whatsoever.
Yeah, another thing, I've spoken to you a lot. There will be wrecks. There is no cautions in our development series, and I know that something that captains are looking strongly at as we enter this development race is if you're involved in one of those wrecks, how do you respond? Do you go out there and try to wreck the field, or are you going to go out there are you going to back out, you know, because you have no chance, or are you going to go out there and just try to run your race and try to gain as many positions as possible? At the end of the day, you know, we do run points here for the development series, but the captains don't really care so much about the points. We care more about the racing that we're seeing. So definitely going to be fun. In the booth, we have Archangel Cloud. Again, he's next season he was signed by Robbie here in the Shin Motorsports, and he's going to get his attempt in our 8-week mini-season coming up to show what he's got in the Custom Cup Series. So congratulations first off, and second off, just go through your feelings on that, being able to get signed to the top series here in Giggity.
I mean, man, you guys know all the work I put in. You know how much time, effort I put in. Just being able to learn the simplicities of this, and it goes back to Robbie's last statement, which I got to call fake news because I am one of the guys that do run the controller. And I've just found out that this controller settings, man, to be able to be consistent, not tear up my tires. But man, it's going to be an honor to get up there and race with guys like you and Noko. That's the only reason I got in this league, and that's the only reason I've pushed so hard is to prove that I can run with you guys.
Yeah. Also in the booth we have Ma Bear. I don't know if she's on Always Allow or Do Not Allow.
But I'm here.
Okay, so she's on Always Allow. So she is our in-race reporter. You're going to see her on the track. We're not going to talk about her a whole lot. She runs our development series for us. However, she does not run for points. She has been signed. She is a driver for, I believe, Shin Motorsports as well. So you'll see her on track, but when we get on her car, I'll probably just skip through there real quick. And again, thank you for everything you do here and the helping us out with the development series.
My pleasure. So we've got 94 laps, 50% 3-time star wear. We've got stages, black flags, no cautions. We've got 24 drivers ready to go.
All right, you heard it. 24 drivers, Talladega, default setups. Let's go to you, Noko. Here with the custom or preset setups, what are you looking at as a slider if you were the guy on the track?
I mean, I'd probably be going with something like a 4 or 5. Honestly, it does better on the high line. Be able to make passes. I feel like a 1 or a 2 if you're not really comfortable with moving up there. I'd probably go with a 1 or a 2, but if you're more comfortable with what you can do on the track, I would definitely pick it somewhere around a 4 or 5.
That means I'm going with a 3. That's the only number Noko did not pick.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you're going to be one of the guys that's maybe newer to the game, wanting to get into a league, I think just following some of the drivers. But we're not in the lobby. Yeah, we're not in it yet. So, but definitely, if you're one of the guys that's fairly new to the game, trying to get into a league, trying to test and hone your skills, maybe running a 1 or a 2 is going to be your best bet. Just kind of ride around on the bottom and do that whole drafting and seeing what they have. But definitely, if you're a guy that's been around for a little bit, trying to show your worth and try to get picked up as soon as possible, like you said, maybe running 3, 4, or 5 might be the best thing, showing what you can do on the outside there. So I agree to that wholeheartedly.
Do you guys want me to go? We're at 20 seconds countdown.
Can you send me another invite, Mo?
We can when we get in there, Noko.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So just let me know when the timer hits 0, Ma Bear. That's just let the clock run. Once it hits 0, tell us to accept the invites, and we'll be in there.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So guys, we will be going blue screen here in just a few seconds. You guys will be unable to hear anybody but my lovely voice, unfortunately for you guys.
2, 1, 0.
And we're going blue screen right now. Noko, you said you need another invite? Can one of you guys get that for him so I can just go straight to it?
I got you guys. Go ahead.
Right.
I got it.
Alright, so here we are in the lobby. I'm looking for who got the pole. Elite Precision, another driver. He is in the draft pool right now again, or he is in development right now. Unfortunately, he will not be in the development series next season, but the reason is because he was signed to a team. Noko also has a couple drivers here from the development group. I believe Shin Motorsports has the Dirty Dog coming from this development group. He'll be on track. So some of these guys have been signed after the draft, but they're staying in development until this season ends because that draft was for next season. So you'll see them here in development this week and next week.
I thought it was the Mute Dog.
Oh yeah, sorry, the Dirty Mute Dog.
The Dirty Mute Dog. Who doesn't waste dirt.
Getting ready to go green. Elite Precision in the 19 going to lead us off. Looks like they're already going green. We got 2 people down on the grass already. I don't know the names of these drivers by numbers. Every week they get to pick different numbers, so bear with us. The only way we're going to know who's who is when we scroll over them to find out. Go ahead and take it, Robbie.
I'm currently on the loading screen. I've sent out a few more invites to you guys.
I'm sitting here watching an Elite. He's got that 37 behind him. That's Titans rule. Titans has been putting in some great performances here the last couple of weeks in this development series, as it really hasn't been anybody but Dark Humor, Elite Precision, and Titans to run up front. Obviously, you had Grim Sanity, or Outlaw Sanity, my correction, win at Bristol last week, so that was good for him to get up there and move around and battle with these guys, because we know the level of talent up here at the front of this field is. The front 4 seems to single out as we're going to come down here to complete, I believe, lap 2 now.
Yeah, I just got to say one thing. This is a huge field.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing.
Field I want to be in.
I'm definitely seeing up here at the front. It looks like a couple people have chosen either the same car, the same paint scheme back there in the 2 and the 12, I believe. 2 and 22, I think. Anyways. You can see why these guys all started up front. Looks like their drafting ability is real strong. Elite Precision, definitely if I'm the 37. Elite Precision is the points leader here in development, so that's the guy I would be following, definitely. They're doing a pretty good job at this point. You see a little bit of left and right, but for the most part, what I'm seeing right now is really good. Too early to be making a whole bunch of moves, so definitely liking what I'm seeing right now.
It was definitely really cool to sit there and watch that line as they came through the backstretch last time. 23 cars. There was only one on the outside. And I mean, 23 cars in a row. It was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, first thing I didn't like there is seeing the 18. He drifted up a little bit. The 11 closed the gap. The 18 thought he'd come back down. That is Dark Humor 18 in the 18. He realized he didn't have the room. He went back up. He's letting the fields go by. Found a gap. Got the gap back down here in front of whoever the 76 car is. Again, guys, I don't... Oh, 76, that's Ma Bear, sorry. But, so yeah, he definitely found some room. He slid his way back down. And we have the majority of the field still in this lead pack. And what a lead pack this is.
Well, the great thing about it is, as soon as that really starts to separate, there's more than enough cars in here that these guys can stay in single file lined up. They'll be able to catch back. Ooh, the 11 got bumped down a little bit. Holds it back together. There's a little bit of snaking back and forth, but you guys know how hard it is on these presets and sliders and everything at the super speedways.
I'm going to scroll back through some more cars. Sanity Outlaw in the 20. Looks like he's about to lose the draft. He is one of our top performers here in points as well, so that's unfortunate for him. I'm actually a little surprised nobody... Yeah, I'm a little surprised nobody decided to snag him. I know that he's been putting in a lot of work, and I don't know if he does the custom side so much. I know he does a lot of preset racing, but he definitely puts in the work, puts in the time. He's a good, fast car.
Yeah, right now you see the guys up front pacing the field. At this point in the race, man, I'm just going to try to tuck back in line, see what kind of strategies I can play. Try to pull away as much as possible. That way you have less cars you have to battle with towards the end of the race.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things here is going to be pit strategy. Again, we talked about development does 0 cautions, so there's no reason to make moves and get into an incident and be pushed way back at this point. It's not a question of if, it's when they go down pit lane, who is going to get the penalty, because there is black flags on, so you got to get down to speed limit. Who's going to stay out to the last lap, who's going to short pit, stuff like that, and that's definitely going to play a big role on separating this field. And I feel like if it's me, I'm not going to make any moves until at least that first pit stop.
Well, I'm sitting here looking back, and we got this pack of 4 that have actually fallen off the lead draft. We're trying to hold it together pretty smooth here, trying to stay as close to that lead pack as possible. This is something that actually happened to me in the Xfinity race here yesterday. We fell off the lead pack, and we just managed to sit there and trudge along. We were actually able to extend our gas mileage a little bit further in that big pack by swapping out. So let's see what these guys can do back here, see if they can actually maintain with these leaders, and see if they can bring themselves back into contention.
Are you talking about this pack of 6 back here, or the way back pack of 4?
The way back 4 with Dirt Dog and Papa Moo.
Papa Musa, Dirt Dog, I'm not sure who's... Yeah.
Yep.
We're back here right along with these guys now. That's Papa Musa in the 95. I don't know who's in which one of the other cars, but he did list off all the cars.
77.
I like that 6 Mark Martin throwback.
Yeah, that's Dirt Dog.
The Dirty Dog has my favorite car on the track so far.
Well, it doesn't really compete with your Winn-Dixie throwback, but I'll take the Mark Martin throwback. Anyway.
That's funny, actually. I was just clicking through those 4 names, and they're actually in order, so that might actually be strategy. They qualified all next to each other, and they fell back, and they're all back here intentionally, I'm actually thinking.
Yeah, these guys definitely race together in late night lobbies together. I don't know if they've been practicing super speedways or not, but I do know that these guys all hang out together in Civics lobbies for sure.
Robbie, you got anything going on with the YouTube?
So with the link, I've actually put it, I will tell you, I'll put it on Facebook and Twitter as always. I'm just going to click over now to the comments section. So we've got a few people out there. We've got Puddin, he's always putting his word in. We've got Hi Robbie, Tatty and Arch. We've also got, let me just scroll back here. So we're going to start with UK Wildcats. He says good luck to everybody. We've got Fast Camaro, he's saying what's up guys, big shout out to him. Puddin again. Paul Bear, good luck to all of our Giga E developmental drivers. So Money Mike, he's even giving us a holler. Wonder where he is at the minute.
What I have to say to Puddin is, if you got enough time to be commenting all these comments, you got enough time to be up here in the booth, brother man.
Oh, I definitely think he needed a night off, and we definitely try to give him every now and then. honestly, it's bad for his oxygen level for him to be in the booth every night, because we've all heard him. He just stops breathing towards the end of a race and just starts talking a whole lot. And I'm not so sure if like he gets the extra oxygen without the teeth, like he's got more room for oxygen to get in and out of his mouth. I'm not sure how that works, but he definitely does a great job up here.
I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed right now with the line that these guys are holding in this lead pack.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking, what's that, probably 12 cars minimum right here, and they're just holding it solid. I'm not seeing many moves. I'm seeing a few kickouts, but I think what's actually happening there is most of the kickouts seem to be on, little contact back there in the back. But definitely what I'm seeing is as they're exiting the corner, it looks like the guy that's falling back just a hair gets a little run, and when he does, he goes to the outside instead of making contact with the person in front of him, so that's good to see.
Looks like the 18 got a little
dark humor. Yeah, I think he caught the apron.
Yeah.
That's real hard to do. This track is notorious for everybody wants to run that yellow line. When doing so, the outside line is hard to get going. We see the 37.
That's okay, though. I mean, if I'm the 18 car, I think I'd rather be in the back of this lead pack. You're going to save the most fuel back there. I mean, obviously, reaction time is going to be less if an accident happens, but, I mean, the way these guys are holding the line up here is fairly decent. Doing a great job, so, I mean, he's not really out of it, the 18, so hopefully, I mean, if anybody's race, I wouldn't want to be the guy leading the race necessarily. I'd probably want to be in the 4th or 5th car back and see who my friends are going down pit road.
Yeah, I think actually... Go ahead.
They're actually starting to catch up to the cars that keep falling off the lead pack. And they're just steadily gaining ground, gaining cars. This is going to be interesting to see how they come down, how much fuel they save. Because, I'm sitting here scrolling through this list of names, man. I'm seeing a lot of guys in race out here in public lobbies and stuff like that. It's awesome to see Jason, Adi, Froggy, Casey, nice and fast. Scott. These are fun. Renegade, Flip. I mean, these are a lot of great drivers that we've got coming to development season. Can't wait to see what they bring next year.
Yeah, so these are just drivers that, for the most part, these guys are not even all on teams. We have, maybe a handful of these guys were signed for next season, but this is the type of caliber that we have here, and it's crazy. Back to what you were saying about that 18, though, Noko, I want to agree to disagree with you. You were saying maybe right around 4th or 5th in that line. With this being the first set of pit stops and these guys don't race with each other a lot, I might want to be where that 24 nap racing is right now, and once they go to enter that first pit lane, we've seen it all week long here at Talladega. It's really easy to have somebody behind you ruin your race. So if there is nobody behind you, there's nobody to push you into that pit lane. So I really like where that 24 car is sitting right now.
I think the best thing to do is if you're coming down the pit lane like this, you're around a lot of people that you're not used to. I go straight to any side wall. At least if I'm going to get wrecked, I'm going to get right close to the wall. Less chance to get turned around.
As we speak of that, there is pit cycles starting right now. Sorry to cut you off. So I'm going to get back onto this lead pack so we can see. I would imagine they're going to be pitting soon. So this way we can kind of see what all happens here. This lead pack is doing a tremendous job right now.
Got our buddy Froggy on pit lane. Got next Mike. Let's see how these guys come down and through. That's 18. Looks like these guys got it kind of tight.
Yeah, that was pretty clean, though, for the amount of cars.
Other cars coming in behind him.
I got the 8 car spinning all over the place. He looks like he missed pit lane. But other than that, wow, look at this line on pit lane.
And Marlbury getting just pushed sideways.
I mean, these guys, but that's a glitch,
Yeah, you have no control after you pass that yellow line.
That was really clean to get at least 20 cars, it looks like, to appear.
You got to think, I mean, what's your mindset? You just got, for the guys that got drafted, they probably got their chest puffed out a little bit, little extra incentive to do well tonight. So, and then the guys that haven't been drafted, it's all about, I got to do whatever I can to show my worth. So whoever is going to be willing to pick me up and give me that chance.
100%. As a driver, you always have to keep that in mind for when you're not driving a car. I mean, there's only so much you can really do here. The worst thing you can do is put yourself in a position where you're sticking your nose under somebody or not lifting and forcing a situation
Yeah, something developing here on this backstretch. They're entering 3 and 4 now. Titans Rule and Elite Precision have broken away. They're the only two up front. Something that happens a lot at super speedways, especially on these default setups, is your tires don't wear, so you can actually pit and just take enough fuel. There is stages in this race, so I'm interested on whether or not that was their only pit stop, and so these top two took no tires and fuel only. Unfortunately for them, there is the 3-car pack right behind them, so if the 3-car pack stays in line, they should be able to catch pretty quick. But that's still going to separate the field. That we had 12 to 14 cars in that lead pack. We're looking at a 5-car lead pack now.
Yeah, so we're at 15 laps of 27 for stage 1.
Yeah, so lap 15, they'll definitely be able to make it on the end on just that one stop as long as they hit the tires. So some people may have even taken just right sides. Absolutely. So yeah, definitely strategy playing a role early.
We got some activity in the chat. Paul Bear saying, Fast Scott driving the number 1. Yes, I said it, Noko. He definitely is. I did notice it. I pay close attention to who's driving what numbers. There's a lot of history with a lot of these numbers. I mean, we're coming to season 5 in Giggity. We've had a ton of moments with a lot of different cars, so it's definitely cool to see a fresh crop of rookies out here showing us what they got. And
Dark Humor going to the outside for the lead. Sorry to cut you off. We got a breaking up here. Those 3-car pack has decided to go to the outside, take the lead. Dark Humor, he's got the lead. Him and Mr. D2 Wood and Nap Racing have taken the lead. Elite Precision pulls out of line, lets the 37 go, decides to fall back into the last part of this line. Let's see how Titans Rule and the Elite can now work their way up, and they're now riding in the back of the pack instead of the front of the pack. Go ahead, Noko. Back to you.
Yeah, just wanted to get back to the comments real quick and break in the action for a moment while these guys sort it out. Hunty mentioned in the comments, who's ready for the Indy Road Course in Heat 5? I definitely am. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun track. I can't wait to see, how NASCAR Heat 5 was able to, graft the track out into the game. So it's going to be fun, definitely.
So 76 just bumped herself into the pit lane.
Oh, looks like we got another battle for the lead here. Looks like Nap's going to take the lead.
Yeah, it looked like the 18 and the 2 didn't want to be up at the front of the pack. They kind of looked like they want to follow. They rode around on the top side. Either that or they're trying to set a new precedent. Maybe they don't like pinching the car down all the way around, so they wanted to go to the outside. Either way, Nap Racing said, absolutely not. I'm going to the bottom. I'm going to take this lead myself. I spoke about it before the pit cycle that I really liked where he was sitting in the back of that line. He could do whatever he wanted getting on the pit road, and he could either take it easier, push it in a little bit harder, and it seemed to pan out for him as he's now your new race leader.
Well, I'm also wondering.
But at this point in the race, do you want to be that car leading the race, though?
Yeah, definitely, probably not. Coming to the end of the stage, somebody's definitely going to make that move. Over to you, Archangel.
I was just wondering, some of these guys that pitted first, we're splitting the stage in half, so maybe these guys are having to drop to the back of this pack to be able to make sure that they still make it to the end of the stage on fuel, as we know how sometimes that draft will definitely get you that extra fuel mileage and get you to the end.
Yeah, I think another thing that's really, really huge and important that I want to speak about, that 22 car there, is that Mr. D. Wood, I believe. Anyways, he actually pitted a lap after the leaders and was able to come back out and catch the lead. Guys, I'm going to get away from the lead pack for a little bit and just get a little bit of airtime here for our other drivers. We got Ryan Schreck back here in this black and gold 9 Hendrick Chevrolet. There's a good battle going on right here. Looks like about 10 cars battling it out. 5, 6 on the bottom, 4 on the outside.
I'm pretty sure Fast Scott's going to like that rookie comment because he is so far from a rookie. He's such a seasoned vet.
Talking about a rookie class as far as...
Yeah, no, I know. I was making an age joke because he's old. Fast Guy, he's a real good buddy of mine. Man, we always hang out in lobbies together. Him and Adi and Jason, all 3 new guys here that are really, really packed full of potential.
Guys, I'm really liking what I'm seeing back here with Ryan Schreck. He's on the outside of that pack leading the 11 car. You got the 1 of Fast Scott on the bottom leading the inside row. The inside row has a little bit more cars, 2 more, but definitely good, clean racing. The inside line is holding their line. They're not sliding up, hitting anyone on the outside. They're giving them plenty of room. The outside line is not side drafting too early. It's only stage 1. You don't need to. This is a good battle back here.
Yeah, but if I'm that second pack, I probably would want to just concede to the inside line right now and just all line up to try to catch up with that lead pack.
Yeah, I think I agree completely, but with the development having stages, I think that Ma Bear said there was 11 to go, a few laps ago, so they're probably down to about 8. They probably realized 7 laps to go now, they just crossed, so they're probably thinking, well, we can't catch that lead pack, so let's figure out who's going to get 5th, 6th, 7th, in that ballpark, and try to help ourselves for the beginning of stage 2. Because that lead pack is way up there. They got a good lead. I actually think that's a second small pack before the lead pack in front of these guys. So definitely good seeing this clean racing, but I agree with you also. Super Speedway strategy is you definitely have to line up and try to cut in all the time you can. And right now is the time to figure out who you can work with in case stage 3 you got to work with somebody and make up a lot of time. Now's definitely the time to practice that.
Exactly. It's kind of a... you kind of plan your move now. Let's see how much ground we can make up in a scenario that, we're behind towards the end of the race.
Yeah, we got another smaller pack here. Rowdy Burns in the 4, working with the 10. I believe that's Audi. And the 14. Maybe that's some strategy, those 3 drivers. The Stewart Haas cars all lined up in a row trying to work together. Maybe they know each other. Maybe they decided to work well. I'm not certain, but it is strange. I mean, it's usual to see the SHR cars on the track working together. It's just strange in a development racing, 3 team cars working together.
Speaking of the Stewart Haas cars, those will be switched over. We switched manufacturers for the next season, so proud to welcome Ford to the camp, Ford Performance.
Yeah, I'm hoping, Noko, you're probably not wanting to see this, but some of the drivers in the Custom Cup Series may. The only car that lost the draft of those Stewart Haas cars is the 4 car, which will be piloted by Noko come season 4.5 and season 5. 4.5, of course, that's our 8-week mini season. We're just calling it 4.5 before we get into Heat 5, Season 5, kind of test out the waters. But yeah, this 4 cars lost the draft as the 10 and the 14 caught the 88. Their draft sucked them away from the 4 car. That is Ghost Rider and the 14.
We definitely don't want to see that come next season.
I mean,
I've never had luck at super speedways, man. They've never been my forte. And, maybe we'll get a dega win one of these days.
This second pack now, they have lined up, and they are cutting into that lead of that front pack. So maybe if they'd have done this earlier, like Noko had said, maybe they could have made up a lot more ground. Maybe even been in contention to catch them. I believe there's 4 laps to go now, coming to 3. They might actually even still have enough time to catch that lead pack. The 9 of Ryan Schreck seems to be struggling. If I was the 41, I don't know who that is. 41 is a little bit off. I'm actually riding along with him. He should probably have just stayed in line and not tried to work with him. But
absolutely.
I think the 9 caught the apron.
It's like what we talked about. What I mentioned earlier. And we may have stages here, but this is a good time to practice a scenario where you got a smaller pack that's out front after pitting and maybe a larger pack, in tow trying to chase them down. You want to see how many laps it's going to take to make up that ground, and maybe you can take that information that you learned earlier in the race and apply it towards the end of the race.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you always got to know, super speedways are so strategic. You got to know who's doing what, who's on what strategy. Is the person around you on strategy? If it's a 3-car pack, you have to make yourselves on the same strategy, because otherwise you're just putting yourself in trouble. But I'm definitely watching this. They're coming to 2 to go. This second pack, I'm seeing no reason that they won't catch them. It looks like Titan's rule is pulled off the pit, as has whoever was in the 51. So that lead pack actually just got smaller. They now only have 4 cars. 2 to go. These guys may catch that lead pack. There's about 4, 5, 7 cars in this second pack, all eligible to go up there if they can stay in line. The 11 falls off. He's falling to the rear now, but I'm definitely thinking these guys are going to catch that lead pack.
I do got to say, though, that one's looking pretty sporty.
I am going to get along with our leader here. Let's see.
I believe Ghost is the only one that didn't make it before the leaders across the line.
Nap Racing is pulling off, looking like he's signifying that he's going to pit. here in development, that's not going to be a penalty, but with 2 to go, all these drivers that are pitting right now, that is not allowed when they make it forward. So we talked about what the captains are going to be looking for. That's definitely something captains are looking for. Who's breaking the rules to try to get good finishes, and who's going to actually obey the law. And those guys all just broke the law.
I definitely don't agree with that move, pitting, within the 2-lap window. As you said, if I'm a developmental driver, I want to make sure I prepare myself to be able to follow the rules. I'm going to race this developmental race like I'm racing, like I'm racing for a team. I'm going to take it seriously. I'm going to follow the rules. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure, I'm going to prepare myself for if I do get picked up or drafted or,
3 wide coming to the line for the finish. Sorry to cut you off, Noko. The 19 of Elite Precision goes from 3rd, trying to get the lead over Mr. D2 Wood. I believe he's going to get it. No, the 22 gets the Stage 1 victory.
And
sorry, that was a good finish.
Those guys, that's 2 brothers fighting it out right there.
Is that WRX?
Out of gas.
Yeah, and another fun fact, those are 2 no Coca-Cola drivers. So Cola picking up Precision, and then I was able to sign WRX.
I was telling you guys, I thought Ryan Scheck and you guys might have been close. That's why they might have dropped to the back of that pack. And Ryan Scheck is not going to make it to the line. He's out of fuel down there at the access way coming down to pit road.
The positive, though, is he's not going to lose a lap. Now, so we talked about those guys that cut off and they pit with less than 2 to go. That's, in the game, that's a glitch. You can pit with 2 to go. You don't get penalized. Those guys are going to stay out. They're going to be the leaders of this race. However, those guys that did not pit and are going to pit now under this caution are going to have 2 laps more fuel. That could play huge and play dividends as we enter this stage 2 on whether or not those guys that pit early can even make it to that same ballpark pit stop as last time.
Honestly, me looking at it as one of them guys that could have pitted early, here you can go ahead and take a half can of fuel, 2 tires, and you can put yourself still out front and still make sure you got the same fuel mileage as the rest of the cars around you, too.
Yeah, you can definitely play strategy, you know what I mean? But those guys now that pitted here, so Titans Rule, again, he's one of the guys that he pitted within. Actually, he pit as they were coming to 2 to go, so his pit stop was legit.
Yep, his was legal. Yep.
And actually, it looks like the rest of the field chose to take a pit stop, which is how we here at Giggity, that's how you fix the penalty. You take the pit within 2 to go, and as long as you pit again at the stage break, that tends to make it legit, as you're not gaining ground by doing that. So good move by all those drivers that took that pit stop. Maybe they were truly out of fuel or about to, so instead of causing a wreck, they chose to pit instead. And as long as you take that pit stop again under the stage, then it's no harm, no foul. WRX Mike here in the lead. I believe he enters this race 2nd in points. Yeah, he is. Elite Precision, then WRX Mike, of course. Top 2 in the points. Brothers up here showing what they got.
When I sat down for an interview with WRX Mike, he mentioned, it was kind of a pre-draft screening I do with a lot of my drivers. I kind of sit down and chat with them a little bit, kind of feel them out. He mentioned to me that him and his brother, he says it's a lot like Kurt and Kyle. And I said, which one's Kurt and which one's Kyle? He said, he's Kyle, I'm Kurt. He's a little better than me.
That's funny. Sanity Outlaw up here in the top 5. We talked about how he's up there in the points. I think he's in the top 5 in points. And he was falling back earlier, but after everything cycles through, he's sitting up here in 5th place right now. Looks like WRX Mike does not want to lead this back. He's now pulled off. Looks like he's going to fall to the back of at least this top 5. So he'll put him in 6th place now.
That might be a little bit of strategy like we talked about earlier. Get to the back of that pack, save some fuel, just ride around and see how it plays out strategy-wise.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely still liking what I'm seeing. This first 6 had pulled away from the other pack. The other pack, again, speed and numbers. They had the bigger pack.
Roaring.
Yeah, they straightened up. They were side by side, so they lost that lead group a little bit. They straightened up, got in line, and here they come, led by, that's Ma Bear, I believe, in the 76 leading that pack. But the question now is, what are they going to do with this run they got? Are they going to stay in line, or are they going to make it a race? I think it's a little too early to make the move, but maybe they'll think different. Ma Bear to the outside, looks like 31 followed. They thought differently, decided to tuck back in. So I definitely like that move of just staying in line at this point.
If it was Daytona, yeah, I would love that move. But here it's Talladega. Go high, wide, and handsome. Leave that center lane wide open. Let the bottom run the bottom, the top run the top, and just have some fun, man.
Well, I go with the fact that it's stage 2. In stage 3, if I had that run, there is no way I'm just going to sit there and follow the next guy in line. These guys are all just looking to be there at the end. Remember,
it's all about track positions.
Yeah, I mean, the captains are not looking at the points for this. We're looking at the driving abilities. So maybe a captain wanted to see the move get made, see how they can hold their line, stuff like that. But that's what stage 3 is for. These drivers out here on the track, they are racing for points, which means a lot to those guys. So track position is huge, like Noko, you just said. Robbie, you still with us?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just watching over some of these drivers, and I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good driving from a lot of people. Not so long ago, coming around turns 1 and 2, we had Denkate, I do believe that's how you say it. He got a little bit loose, caught Denkate. He got a little bit loose, caught the apron, and instead of coming back down on the cars behind him, he just threw his car in the wall, and then he come back down again, more cars come up, and he moved his car out of the way. So big shout out to him, and that's a respectful driver right there.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same here. Audi just caught the apron. He goes to the outside. He let the 9 car of Ryan Trek get by. Tried getting back down. There wasn't a hole. He pulled back up. 51, I don't know who that was, but definitely I think that's Renegade. Just took out the 10, put him in the wall. Unfortunately for Audi, be doing the respectful thing sometimes doesn't pay out. The 11 and the 1 get into each other. A little bit of contact going on back here in the pack, but again, that comes with the side-by-side racing. Everybody's trying to, at this point, hold that bottom line. The 11 looks like he moved the 9 car there a little bit. A little early for that rough racing, but again, everybody's trying to show out what they got. But definitely, that's Denkate in the green 75 back here, riding along with him. That's a good move, staying in the wall. And sorry about Serenity, he's not from here in the States, so we do sometimes need subtitles. But what he meant to say was Denkate. Guys, I'm looking back here, and that same 4-car pack we'd seen earlier is the same 4-car pack back here with Zivic, Papa Musa, the Dirty Dog, and Steelers fan. So I'm definitely thinking this is a strategy thing by them to see the same 4 again.
Absolutely. Zivic's been known to pull the strategy card with fuel in his public lobby, so I am not surprised at all that he is not in this lead pack.
Not in this, but Zivic's a really good driver, really smart guy. As we talk about he doesn't get to race with experience guys on this track. It's good to see his strategy down here. Give these fans a different perspective of it, which is just running up here in this big old pack.
So we're at 7 laps out of 24.
7 out of 24, so they're about a third of the way through. Ooh, the 4-car, Rowdy Burns, goes flying up the track. I'm not sure what happened there. Almost like he caught a glitch or something. I don't know if there is one here at Talladega, but that was definitely peculiar.
Oh, yes, she is. You can catch one just like you catch at Daytona.
Jimbo Earnhardt, bottom feeding and no conceding. I agree, man. It's a little early for them to be making the move, so I'm really liking it. I can't say this over and over, but definitely I'm enjoying what I'm seeing out of these guys right now. I know that as far as a fan view, seeing single file action like this is a little bit boring, but from a driver's perspective, I'm telling you that their hands are getting clammy. They're doing everything they can to hold that line because they know if they drift up, that guy behind them is going to take that spot, and they're probably going to have no help and fall to the back of this pack. And that's, you're looking at 14, 15 cars in this lead pack. It's huge.
Yeah. You drift up, you're going to get sacked.
Yes.
That's the way it goes. At this point in the race, it's stage 2. I definitely do not want to be losing any track position. I want to hold my ground, keep a good bit of distance in front of me from the other car, and maybe try to dictate what I'm going to do with the cars behind me. Maybe start testing out how much my car's going to suck up, how much distance I need to get a run. There's a lot of different things you can start experimenting with, especially if you're in the middle of a big pack like this.
Oh, absolutely. You can practice that fuel strategy like Zivic might be doing back there in the back like you talked about. That's huge at a plate track, being able to save even 2 laps more than the guys in front. if the 3 or 4 guys behind you can save that same 2 laps, you got the strategy of the no tires coming into play. So it's definitely huge being able to test what you got right here. Paul Bear out there asked for a lap around the track with Flicktardo, so that's exactly what I'm giving you here. 1 lap around the track with this 31 Tame the Beast Flicktardo. Looks like he's riding in 7th place right now, top 10, so good. Congratulations
We need
to
to
him
do
at
a
this
crank
point.
it up. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do all that. Do I just turn the TV up? I was really thinking that, like, man, that'd be cool to get like a lap around. I can crank the TV up or something. I'm sitting close enough to it.
Just be quiet.
I think you just crank your audio up.
Yeah, I don't want a blue screen to crank the audio up, though. You know?
Right. Makes
But
sense.
I will do the TV. When they get back to the line, boys, we'll give you a Giggity Racing League style. Crank it up. They're on the backstretch right now. I'll just kind of fluctuate through some of our cars. Maybe you can hear it, maybe you won't be able to.
Yeah, I'm looking at this second pack back here. Looks like it's led by Zivik in the 8. If I know Zivik, man, he got people in the chat with him saying, you know, who's a good pusher? You know, I want to be a lead car because I know he's a good lead car, especially at these plate tracks. And I think he has a couple of friends out there behind him that they're going to play some strategy together.
Absolutely. All right, as they're coming to the line, let's try to do a little crank it up Giggity Racing League style for 1 lap around the track with these guys. Alright guys, I'm not so sure that did work, but I hope for you viewers at home that did work. Man, that was pretty cool going through there actually doing that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I tried switching the views so you could hear a little bit, tried go through in the field so you could hear the different throttles throughout people. You hear a little bit of banging as the guys are hitting nose to nose on somebody in front of them, nose to rear end I mean, sorry. And we had a couple people just the lap prior to that crank it up that were on pit lane, so those guys were still coming up through the gears, which was kind of cool to hear.
Oh, as you can see down there on the back stretch, those guys were not getting loose, they were not going crazy, they were coming down below that yellow line of signal, they were coming to pits. So.
Here they come, the
All
whole
these
pack.
guys come. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of cars.
Wow, that was phenomenal.
Oh,
They did well.
That was an excellent job getting on pit road. Xfinity series and even our Cup series, y'all need to take notes, man. The developmental is where it's at.
And we're not just talking about the Custom Cup, we're talking every series that went
I'm
to
talking
Talladega.
every series. I'm not singling anybody out. All y'all need to take notes on this.
I'm telling you guys, when we flip these field of drivers, and you guys know running some of these public bodies,
Jeez,
some
man.
of these are really, really, really big drivers.
I want to save that clip just so I can watch it back.
Watch these cars coming out of pit lane, all noses and tail, man, this is really awesome.
Guys, I do have breaking news real quick. One of our captains in this chat has just signed a driver, so Robbie, I'm going to go ahead and let you take over.
Yeah, I've been watching him for a while, and that is the 31 of Flicktardo. He's been holding a steady line. He had a really good entry on pit lane more than once. He's currently here just underneath the yellow line. I'm hoping he's dropping back and not going to come up the track. Come on, buddy.
Might
Drop
change
it
his
back.
mind real
There
quick.
we go. There we go. There it is. So I'm going to be signing Flicktardo. That's currently running in the 31 Cup car. If you'd love to join us, bud, that'd be absolutely fantastic. You'll be a great asset to the team. I know you get on with some of my guys already. So welcome to Shin Motorsports.
I'm looking at one person that might be in a lot of trouble right now, and that's the 24 of Nap Racing. He is all by himself.
I don't
And
think registers him on pit.
oh man, that's unfortunate. That could be why he is
Pretty sure
a
he just
lonely
kept
soul
going
out
pit
there.
road, yeah.
I'm also looking back here. I see Zivic's group of cars. They have all separated. They are not all together anymore. Flictardo's in that smaller group of 3. Unfortunately, the lead pack has about 5 or 6 guys. So if I'm this 41 a little bit off, the 11, the 31, there are 2 cars about a second and a half back, the 1 and the 9. I would probably lift a little bit, let those 2 catch, and basically just see which 2 packs can, which one's faster than the other, and give myself the best opportunity to catch that lead pack.
The 2 of my drivers, they're the 2 and the 22. Y'all are in the wrong cars, but you know, I thought that was pretty cool. They both decided to run the Auto Trader scheme. That's pretty neat. We actually did that earlier in the season, me and Coke, so that was fun. It's hard to tell us apart.
Paul Bear out there said that the crank it up worked successfully there, turning up the noise, so that's awesome. I'm glad you guys liked it. Figured we'd try something new here. I hope it was loud enough. If not, we can always try it again later in this race and try to do it in stage 3 when the money's on the line, maybe towards the end.
Well, we're definitely going to have another crank it up. We're going to have one on that last
stage
restart.
3 as they're coming up through the gears, having them bang them out for that first lap or 2.
I think the crank it up though, I think that might be copyrighted, so maybe we'll just have to call it the giggity giggity turn it get loud. The giggity giggity get loud. There we go.
Man, these guys are these front 5 up here, man. I'm telling you what, dude, great driving, great holding lines, just great getting back together and opening up a gap on the rest of the field. That second pack did do, as a matter of fact, that Taddy said they slowed down, pulled them other 2 cars with them, and they're going to have a mutual 5-car pack to try and see if they can pull back some down his leaders.
Yeah, I did see though. It looked like the 1 with that run, he decided to shoot to the outside instead of lifting and falling in line. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to hurt him. He's going to lose that momentum, and he's going to fall to the rear anyway, so I don't think it's a big deal.
I'll tell you what, I've been really impressed with that 51 of Renegade.
Renegade's a good buddy of mine.
He's minded his P's and Q's the whole race. He's kept his nose clean. And he has not moved off that bottom. So it's going to be interesting to see who he's going to go with when the time comes, you know, to make that pass.
I can't wait.
Noko and Arch, can you guys hear each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. Papa Musa now leading that Civic wrap. Actually, the 88 car of
Jason
Froggy. Froggy is in the...
Oh, Froggy's.
But no, Froggy's got a custom car, doesn't he?
Yeah, Froggy's 07 88's Jason Robinson.
Sorry, as I was looking, Froggy's name was coming across the top of the screen. So that's Jason in the 88? Okay. So he's leading that second, or not the second pack, the Civic pack.
See, that pack has caught 2 more, so they're going to have 2 more in tow now.
Yeah, this 11 of OKC Mexican, I just seen, I'm not sure why he did that. They lost one of the cars. They had a 5-car pack. They're down to 4. He moved the 1 of Fast Scott to get underneath him. You know, if you're riding in this line and you're trying to catch the leaders, it doesn't do justice. Even if somebody drifts up in front of you, you don't want to take that position because the side-by-side action is going to slow you down. So what he really needed to do there was just simply lift, let the 1 have that bottom back. I mean, it's racing, you know, and I think the 1, when I say the 11 moved the 1, I don't think he intentionally did. I think the 1 thought he was going to let him back down. The 11 thought differently. Either which way, you know, the 11 is now in front of the 1, but definitely if it's me in that 11, I probably would have lifted and let the 1 go, unless he's seen something that we're not, like a little lag issue or, you know, something like that where the guy's not holding his line.
Jimbo said he gave him the old Denny door check.
Oh, Jimbo, he's funny. He said, I don't remember what it was, but one week he said something wide open or something. He was talking about how fast guys were going. Man, he had me cracking up here. I couldn't even breathe there for a few seconds. Did you say 5 to go?
Yeah, 5 to go in stage 2.
So the leaders just crossed 4 to go. We're going to ride along with this pack of 5. Also, we're going to try to keep an eye out and see if people are... I have now informed the new guys that pitting is not allowed within the last 2 laps, so I'm interested to see if people still try to do so. But I'm going to ride around with these top 5 as there is no challengers right now, as it's that second pack of 4. Looks like about 6 to 7 seconds back. Oh yeah, there we go. Door banging and god dagging. I loved it. Old Jimbo, he's got the rhyme. He could be a rapper. The first rapping Earnhardt ever.
You see some of these guys at the tail of the field that they're dropping on the pit lane.
That's Froggy
That could
and
really
Denkate.
hurt them.
They are lap down, coming to 3 to go. Now, luckily for them, that is allowed. They have enough laps that it's not a big deal. I would imagine when all the leaders pit, they'll probably choose not to pit and get the wave around. Unfortunately, the wave around doesn't help you. It puts you behind the rest of the field still, so you hate to see that. But Denkate is the guy that we'd seen earlier, Robbie had noticed. Instead of taking out the field, put himself in the wall and held it up there. So he's definitely got to do some strategy to catch back up.
Fun fact, his name is actually, his gamer tag is actually a combination of his name and his wife's name. That's why he pronounces it with Kate.
Oh, so his name's probably like Denny or something like that, and then and then his wife's name's Kate, Caitlin, something like that.
Me and Puddin asked him that after the last broadcast. We were like, man, we didn't know how to pronounce your name. Denkate, and he's like, no, he's like, actually, it's my name and my wife's name. So
I do have to say, is there just took 2 to go. We have 17 viewers in our broadcast here. However, I'm not seeing a whole lot of messages from a whole bunch of people. I feel like our YouTube viewers have kind of died down on us. Let's see some praise for these guys.
They're driving.
That's true.
a lot of them are driving, but the thing about it is, man,
If you ain't driving, you're probably trolling. You better quit with that trolling. I want to see some activity in this chat.
Yeah, where you at, Puddin? Mute dog. Oh wait, you're driving. Never mind. You stay out of the chat.
David Smith, D. Smith finally speaks. He says, we're watching this intense action, single file racing at its best. Thank you, David Smith. Final lap, stage 2. Dark Humor in the 18. We've seen him earlier. He had a little bit of struggles in stage 1. He drifted to the back of the pack, but he is the leader, being pushed by Elite Precision. Elite Precision has the 2 Penske cars, his brother, and I don't remember who the other one was, and Renegade pushing.
It's
22.
MD2 Wood.
Oh, yeah, that's right. WRX tried making a move, but he did not do it successfully. He's fallen to the back of that pack. Looks like they've fallen back a little. Looks like Elite Precision is going to try to make a move on Dark Humor. As they get going, he catches the tail. Elite Precision does peek his nose out, but nobody went with, so he comes back down to the bottom. WRX, the outside of Renegade, looks like he is going to get 4th. Elite Precision got 2nd. He did make a move later into the tri-oval, but I think unsuccessfully. Hey, Trout, you know that we sound pretty. You love our voices.
Is that dogs howling? Is that what that was?
It's going to be an interesting final stage here. I feel like when the first stage kind of broke apart, we didn't have as many cars in that lead pack as we did in the second stage. So I'm curious to find out if maybe a couple of adjustments can be made here. Maybe if your car's not handling well, maybe we can get even more cars in this final pack or in this final stage. 20, 22 car lead pack. That's going to be something I'm going to be looking at.
I'm really curious as to how these groupings are going to fall, because we've seen Zivik and his guys have had their little group, and I know Fast Scott, Adi, and Jason, I know they're a little bit of a group here, and you got Mike and his brother, and it seems like Rowdy and them have been a little bit of a group. So I wonder how these groupings are going to work out, if these guys are all going to try and find each other here in this last stage, and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, real quick, guys, to everyone in the booth, we'll start with you, Robbie. Sean Tattersall just asked, who is everybody's pick to win this race?
I'm going to go with Flictado.
Oh, yeah, because you signed him. On
Go
you,
on, buddy.
Archangel. Who's your pick, Archangel?
Actually, I'm going to go with Fast Scott, man. I think Scott's got the car to do it. If he can get with the right group and get back up front, he's going to be one of the hardest ones to beat here.
And on to you, Noko.
Oh my God, I'm 3 wide.
I think I'm going to pick that 37 car of Titan's Rule.
Yeah, I'm watching the 18, the 19, the 2, the 22. Those guys are up front. They've looked strong this whole race. But my pick is actually going to be that 51 of Renegade. He seems to not necessarily be making any moves, but he's sticking with the cars that he needs to stay with, and he's just kind of riding around. He's not doing a whole lot but riding, and I think that he's definitely playing some form of strategy.
I'd definitely stand up for Renegade, man. He's been a guy that's actually worked a lot with me on setups and stuff. I helped him out as much as I could. He's come a long way. I'm really impressed with the driving I've seen on today, and can't wait to see more out of him.
Jimbo Earnhardt out there says Talladega is as big as a Walmart parking lot. Let's see some two wide hustling. As we've now entered stage 3, don't be surprised to start seeing a little bit more. The 11 up in the wall, that's OKC Mexican. He's in the wall again. Looks like he collected Papa Musa. That's going to be a driver that takes away from the Civic pile in the back. They've definitely lost the gap.
Yeah, we got about 3 or 4 of them back there.
Is there another car, another red?
No, there's him on the back. No, sir. No cautions.
No cautions at all in development. Development races with no cautions on the track.
And it's stage 3 as well. So they got no more stages to look forward to.
Yeah, it's a little risky putting cautions on in development simply because new people are coming in every week and we don't know the caliber. And I don't want one person being out there that could cause it to be a caution-fested race. But this racing here tonight was pretty good that we probably could have had a caution race.
Hey, Bills! What's up, man?
Where he been at? Hiding over there.
Good to see you in the chat, man.
Yeah.
I just seen the Dirty Dog shoot out of line to go pick up that 33 car. I'm not sure which one that was, but looks like the Civic group is going to the outside trying to fall to the back and let these guys all go. So their strategy, they're still trying to stick with it. Maybe possibly go back to that backpack of 3 and pick up Papa Musa.
It's like what we talked about, though. I mean, do you really want to lose touch with this lead pack, though?
You know, it hasn't proven to work for him yet. The 4 of Rowdy just got the 33 of Steelers Fed, got him into the wall. Looks like it's not going to affect because Civic and the Dirty Dog were already on their way back to help him. But, yeah, I don't know if I like the strategy of falling back here in stage 3. Stage 1, stage 2, I liked it. Stay out of harm's way. You know, a little 4-car pack, you can avoid everything. But here in this, yeah, and here in this section, I just don't see being able to catch that pack's got like 10 guys in it right now. The lead pack does, and there's another pack with 8 or 9 guys in it. I don't see separating into a 4-car pack being worthwhile, but maybe they practice and they have some type of fuel strategy.
See, this lead pack, if you look at the numbers and the drivers, it's been these 10 drivers
the whole race
towards the front the entire race. I mean, I'm looking right now. You got Elite Precision, you got Fast Scott, say your Titans Nap. 41, I'm not sure who the 41 is.
That's a little bit off.
Okay.
That's his name, a little bit off.
Okay, all right, interesting. You got MD2 Wood. All these guys have been up front for pretty much the majority of the race. So, man, if I'm back in that second pack, I'm going to be fuming. I'm going to be like, guys, come on, let's line up. Let's get it together. We can't lose too much ground.
Yeah, we're seeing some we haven't seen all race, though, now. Elite Precision has gone to the outside, and he's got help. WRX, Mike, Fast Scott, and Titans Rule have all gone to the outside with him, trying to take that lead from Dark Humor.
You know, this might be a little bit of testing the waters right now, seeing who my friends are, who my enemies are, who's going to go with me.
Look at this tight side-by-side, 4 rows back for the race lead. Elite Precision gets it on the outside. He gets the run and he takes the lead. Is he going to stay up there and bring the drivers with him, or is he going to drop down to the bottom? Looks like he's going to help them right now. Puddin's excited. He's seeing a little bit of high, wide, and handsome out there. Of course, Jimbo's happy to see some side-by-side action. He's been begging since lap 1.
So we got 4 cars on the outside versus, what is that, 6?
5 on the inside. 4 versus 5.
5 on the... Man.
This is perfectly matched up to stay side-by-side for a while with a 4 versus 5. As long as that outside line can stay lined up well, look for it to be able to stay with that inside line. But what this is doing, if you look, I'm in the backwards view here, looking back at Elite Precision, and you can see that second pack is about to make this lead pack of 9 turn into a lead pack of 12 to 15.
Well, that's a couple of guys I was talking about. That's Audie and Jason Robinson, and you guys are getting right back there together with Flick Tardo, and a lot of them guys that hang out and do a lot of these public hobbies together and play a lot of other games together and stuff like that. So this is definitely a group of buddies right here that's trying to pull their way back up.
I mean, right now the inside line is getting that push. I'm just going to want to back off here. Don't want to get any more players into the mix.
I think it's too late now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wouldn't want to allow that other pack to get into the mix, but I mean, it's gone from a 10-car battle for the lead to something like 16, 17, 18-car battle now.
Yeah, and it's beautiful to watch, though. Elite is still holding a great line. WRX Mike, his brother, there on the outside line as well. With, I'm trying to look, the 1 of Fast Scott,
Like
the
Fast
88
Scott.
of Jason. The 4 now of Rowdy Burns, he's trying to help them out there. I think the numbers are insurmountable now at the bottom. They're probably just going to fall to the back, recuperate, and try to get another run and do it again.
Yeah, I'm just kind of in the back. I'm trying to help dentate, but I can't seem to get him. I don't know if he thinks I'm trying to pass him. I'm trying to give him a push so he can get ahead and get to those guys in front of him, because right now he's just sitting solo.
David Smith says they're going to wad him up here soon. We're seeing a little bit more racing action going on here, so don't be surprised, but they are singling out. I think that's exactly what the second pack wanted to see, and don't look now, but if they get racing again, what was the third pack but is now the second pack, the Civic group is only about 5 seconds back. So if this front pack gets racy again like that, don't be surprised to see Civic and his clan be up here in this top lead pack racing for the win. Ooh, something happened to the 10. He collects Flictardo. Those two might both lose the draft. I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, that Civic group, they're coming on strong. Go ahead.
Even if you lose that draft, though, you're not out of it. I mean, you got another pack of cars behind you. You can link up with those guys and, maybe hope that these guys are going to start racing it out. Maybe it's some mistakes on pit road. You're not out of the ball game yet.
Coach Matt out there says you can't even tell these guys are development races. These guys looking great. You know what? This might actually be one of the best, if not the absolute best, Talladega races we've had so far this season. Great job by every driver on the track to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. That goes back to what I said earlier. You know, the whole league needs to take note. We've had quite a few disasters this season, and these guys are just showing us, how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, definitely kudos to everybody out here. This is fun to watch from my perspective. That lead pack is singled out. It looks like a couple cars, the 88, the 10, a few of those guys have the 11. No, the 11 is behind everyone. Anyways, a few of these guys have lost that lead draft. Flictardo in the 31, 10, and is that the 1? No, that's the, I don't remember. Anyways, they're going to fall back to Zivic's group. The Zivic's group will then have more numbers, again, speed and numbers. So as long as that top group, if they start getting racy again, Zivic's group will be there with the leaders. So as I say that, of course, Zivic's group separates a little bit. Not sure what happened, but they're definitely going to pick up those other 3 cars, and then so they will have looks like 8 car pack.
So cars will have to pit in the next couple of laps unless they were able to save fuel. I'm a lap down, so I believe I would say 69 laps are
out of how many? 80, right?
69 out of 94.
69 out of 94. We're coming down to about 30 to go. Less than 30 to go. We have about 25 to go. So looking for probably 2 pit stops here in stage 3. Ooh, Knapp goes to the outside, gets to the outside of the 41, 20, closes the hole, says you're not getting back down here. I like riding around in the top 5. Here comes the 19 of Elite Precision, also on the inside of Knapp. Unfortunately for Knapp, with nobody out there to help him, he is going to the rear of this front pack.
That's what we talked about. You slip up a little bit, you're going to get sacked.
Sorry, it's like the way you say it.
Step out of line and you get sacked. I mean, that's the name of the game at Dega and Daytona. You're at the mercy of the driver behind you, whether or not he's going to let you.
They're all pitting right now.
Pit road. Oh,
51 of Renegade looked a little out of shape.
Oh man, I hope the 2 got it woed up there, no penalty. That's MD2 Wood, one of our draft hopefuls to our team. So hopefully he didn't get a penalty. We're going to find out. It's going to be really interesting here going down the stretch.
The number 9 of Ryan Schreck actually missed pit lane and he just ended up in the grass. So that's really unfortunate for him because he was on a solid run.
Riding on here with the 41 a little bit off. This lead group of 5 cars is yet to pit. I would assume they'll be pitting here within the next lap or 2. But if you look, this is basically the same group that stayed out last time, minus the 24 and the 41 weren't with those guys, and the 2 and the 51 were. But yeah, definitely here they come. Looks like they're pitting this time by.
And it looks like the 2 did get a penalty because he is still on pit road as all the other cars are peeling off right now. So tough break for him. He was sitting second before that sequence of pit stops.
Yeah, you hate to see that. And I actually, so I'm assuming what happened to him was just late decision. The driver in front of him pit, and I think that he wasn't ready. So once the driver in front of him pulled off, he changed his mind and decided to pit along with him. And you got to be committed. You can't really pit last minute like that. It'll cause big issues. And for the Mr. D, MD2 would, unfortunately for him, that caused him to have a speeding penalty. Another thing that happened here that's huge, the 18 was the leader, Dark Humor, and he's all by himself on the track. There is a 2-car pack behind him, Sanity, and I can't tell who that car is behind him. Looks like Rowdy Burns. But those guys did not get grouped up quick enough, I believe, to be able to really help them. They are catching up to Nap Racing in the 24 now, which says to me that Elite Precision is probably considerably up ahead of the 24. So these guys are going to have to line up and do some work to be able to catch those leaders.
I'm riding on board with the 37 right now. The 37 and the 41 just peeled off pit road. And it looks like they got the 22 in tow, so that's a 3-car pack. I'm not sure if that's for the lead right now. I think it is.
Yeah, I would imagine the 41, 37, and 22. I'm assuming that's for the lead, and then here comes 18. The only car I'm not seeing on the track is Elite Precision in the 19. He might have actually gotten a speeding penalty. He's back here. He's leading Zivic. So something definitely happened with Elite Precision. Looks like he must have been speeding. He's considerably further back here with the Dirty Dog and Zivic. But I have no idea what position that is for, of course. That second pack is gaining on these top 3, though. But there is a group, 2-car group ahead of them that I can't tell if those guys are leaders. Ma Bear, what number do you have on your mini-map as the leader?
41.
Okay,
All
so
right,
a little
so
bit
this
off is the leader.
This is the battle for the lead, and the 18, they're going to take it to the outside here. We talked about it earlier in the race. You know, numbers, 4 on the outside, 3 on the inside. Is it going to work?
All right, guys, as they're coming to the line, let's do a second round of the Giggity Get Loud. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed round 2 of the Giggity Get Loud. Man, that's even hard to say. We might have to think of something else, but for tonight that worked out pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother trying to say it.
Yeah, I actually think you should be the one to start declaring it when we're going to do it. I really should have thought about that and just let you do it the first time.
We're going to call it the Giggity Rev It Up! That's what we're going to call it.
I don't know what you're talking about, David Smith.
Well.
Go ahead.
I'm going to do a shout out to the 07 of Froggy. Now, not many of you know, but he's only had the game for about 2-3 weeks, I believe. He's actually my cousin, so it's good to see a fellow UK driver out there.
He's the better of the two.
Maybe, but he's definitely holding a steadier line than most of us, Sean Siddle. But yeah, he's doing really well.
And we got
not to call out names, but nothing, Sean Siddle.
Didn't you mean? I thought it was Australia.
No. Just no. We've had this conversation many a time.
It wasn't Aussie Shawnee?
No, it's not Aussie Shawnee. It's not Irish Shawnee. It's Scottish Shawnee. No, but these guys here, they've been doing a great job. I mean, definitely the best dega race we've had this season. And maybe we should all swap, put all the developmental drivers into the actual league, and we can all go into developmental, see how that turns out. But these guys have been doing a great job. I mean, Morebear, she's been 3 wide, and she's managed to hold her line, kept her composure. We've also got Nat Racing, he's been doing a great job as well. Ryan Trek, he had a bit of bad luck earlier with the pit stop that he tried to get and managed to go into the grass. We've also got Ghost Rider. He's a little bit wobbly. I mean, I think he needs a little bit of work with another driver, and I think he'll be okay and he'll be there. I mean, he's been patient. I see him get into the wall earlier, but he seems to have got his stuff back together now. And the Dirty Dog. Now, I've got to do a shout out to Dirty Dog, right? Because this past week, this dude come out of nowhere on Xfinity, custom setup, and smashed out a 29.4. It went from a 30.0, or it might have been a 30.5, and smashed it straight down to a 29.4.
At Bristol,
So
great lap. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, it was at Atlanta. He did it at Atlanta. So fantastic job for him, and well done. And I'm looking forward to working with this guy. The bloke's a laugh. As soon as he gets to the party chat, that's it. Noise straight away. There's no quiet moment at all, but he's just brilliant to talk to.
Hey, we have a request for you, Robbie. Can you say "Rise Up Lights," please?
No.
Well, Jimbo, I tried. Sometimes broadcasters, they just don't want to be in here with our YouTube watchers, even though there's a request just for him. Jimbo said, if a British guy says "Rise Up Lights," it sounds like he's saying razor blades. He wants you to try it, but unfortunately you don't want to.
Okay. Rise Up Lights.
Yeah, okay, Jimbo, you're correct. It does sound like he's saying razor blades. And this is why we ask for subtitles when he speaks, but definitely definitely fun to have you up here either way. I did get told, Millsy out there, he and I privately messaged, he told me that apparently the Giggity Rev It Up can go a little bit louder, so I would like to try that one more time, see if we can figure it out here.
Awesome.
We'll wait a couple laps though. How many laps you got left right now there, Mom Bear?
We're at 79 of 94.
I would imagine another pit stop still has to happen. Is this correct?
Yes. Yeah. Just about 3 laps, fuel left, so.
Oh, so they're coming up on pit stops soon. Well, awkward silence here from the booth. Great job to everybody up here for that. Archangel, who are you watching on the track right now?
I'm actually sitting here. I'm trying to keep on. I've been staying on Audi and them for right now, man. Just watching this pack stick together. I'm actually on a phone call with my son right now, so I haven't been really saying much.
Awesome. So good talking to you. Glad you were able to tune in, even though you were on the phone with someone else. Tell your son we're sorry. Noko, who are you watching on the track right now?
I'm just paying attention to this middle pack here with Zivik and stuff. If I know Zivik, he's going to try to stretch it out, maybe do fuel only here, or 2 tires. They're going to try something. I don't know how much ground they need to make up, but it's definitely interesting right now to watch.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but I know that Elite Precision in the chats, he was pretty upset with the Dirty Dog. I don't know what happened, but definitely probably good that it's not Dirty Dog pushing him right now and it's Zivik instead. But they definitely have a lot of ground to make up. As we see the Tana, Audi, and them, they're on pit lane now, so going to fluctuate back to the leaders, that big pack, and see how well they do when they go to pit this time. I don't know if it'll be this time around or maybe next time around. But
it looks
guys,
like the 41 relinquished the lead.
Yeah, it looks like the 22 now. Is that WRX Mike in the lead?
22 and 37, yeah. That'd be your 2 lead cars right now. And I'm wondering if the 41 decided to relinquish the lead just so he can maybe save a little bit more fuel.
Yeah, possibly he's running probably a lap or 2 less fuel than everybody else had, so he probably had to do a draft lap to be able to. He probably had chat from someone else saying, hey, we got 2 more laps. You only got 1. You better get in the draft.
And we got that 4 car's up in that lead pack. You know, just wanted to let you know there.
Rowdy. The 11 is up there too, but I'm thinking that he went a lap down. He was pretty well out of it, and they were catching 2 cars earlier. That might actually be where the 4 and the 11 gained. I think the 4 is on the lead lap, though. I believe it was the 11 and somebody else, and the other car's already fallen off. So OKC Mexican, I believe, to be a lap down, riding along here with these lead lap cars, but I'm uncertain. As here we go, they're all pitting right now. I don't think 41 got slowed down. No way did that 41 just get down to speed.
I don't think so either.
Hate to see that happen.
I was on board right there with the 18, and it looked like the 41 was definitely sliding the tires. You know, and it's that on both super speedway tracks, that epic groove when you're coming into the pits near the wall. It's the pavement is so rough, and you start getting that chatter, especially under hard braking, and that front end will start bouncing, and you know you're in trouble after that.
Oh yeah. Looks like the majority of the field is pit, so I'm riding along here with the 10 of Audi. Flictardo's in front of him. The 1 is in front of him. I think that's Froggy right behind Audi, maybe?
Yep.
And there's another car following those two. Couple seconds back. Oh, I guess I'm full of poop. No, he's whoever that back car was is slowing down the pit. So this 4-car pack right here, though, these guys have all pitted. So Flictardo and that 1 car, they are side by side now, losing a little bit of ground as 10 and Froggy are side by side. But these 4 cars need to hook up if they have any hopes of catching that lead pack. They did just pass the Civic pack, and it looks like they were about to catch a couple cars that are coming off pit lane. Back here towards the front, this lead pack, they are separated bad. Actually, it looks like the 1 and the 31 are on the apron, like they're going to pit this time by. So I don't know what happened there. The 22 and the 41 look like if they got a speeding penalty, so did the 20. But actually, I don't know, those other cars that were battling for the lead are behind these guys, so it looks like the 41 did get down to speed limit somehow. Mauber, who you got on your screen as the leader right now?
I have, well, the number 1 car. I apologize.
The number 1, I believe he was headed to pit lane.
I chose Fast Scott to win it, just so you know.
Hey, go back to your phone call.
I'm still on my phone call, but I'm calling out that I called that one. Fast Scott. Yep.
Fast Scott is on pit lane right now, so he was yet to pit. No. So I believe it's going to circle back to this 22 car maybe, and if so, Sanity Outlaw is in second. The 51 did not pit with those guys. I think he went a lap down. So it looks like the 22, the 20, and the 41 are going to be your top 3. Again, I'm waiting on confirmation from Mauber after that pit cycle.
I believe you're right, though.
The 22nd is now in the lead.
Okay, so 22 WRX Mike is our leader. So I believe that 33 and the 51 are a lap down. So this is 3 cars battling for the win. I think they did what we talked about, that strategy of no tires. We're down to probably 12 to 15 laps to go. Is that correct, Ma?
What's that? Sorry.
What lap are you on?
I have 85, but I am also 2 laps down now.
So 87.
87.
Guys, we're down to about 7-8 laps to go. We're going to do one more round of our Giggity Rev It Up. We'll wait till they get back to the line with 6 to go, and then that'll bring us to about 5 to go, and we'll watch this good battle. Looks like that second pack has more cars. If they straighten up, I believe that this lead pack is in trouble. Rowdy Burns in the 4 looks like he's probably sitting in 4th with Ma pushing him, and then 4 cars behind them. If they're going side by side, but if they would just line up, they'll probably catch those leaders.
I'm just trying to help out.
And here we go with the Giggity Rev It Up. Alright guys, I'm riding back here with this second pack that has Titans, Rule, OKC, Mexican, Dark Humor, the 4 of Rowdy Burns. They have now surpassed that 4. That has Nap Racing as well as Titans, Rule. There's a lot of side-by-side action here. That's why I'm riding along with them. 3 wide at the moment. But definitely I don't like what I'm seeing. Coming to the closing laps, they're about 5 seconds back, looks like, and with the car count that they have, if they would just line up, I definitely think that they would catch that lead 4. Ma, how many laps you got left? Let me know when you come to the line, if possible.
You know, it's been an absolute great show. I mean, I've just been sat here, just chilling and watching these guys. It's just brilliant.
I am going to try to find the leaders as we're coming down to the end of this race.
5 to go, it says.
5 to go for her, so the leaders are on 3 laps 7. To go. Oh, 5. She had 7, so the leaders are down to 5 laps remaining. So I was pretty dead on there when I said 6 to go for the rev up and down to 5.
I really like that move right there. So I'm on board with the leaders right here. Is
looks like the 20. Looks like the 20 kind of moved the 51 there.
Yeah, it did. I wasn't the only one that saw that.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, so like I spoke about, though, I believe the 51 is a lap down, though. So I'm not condoning that. You definitely got to run your race. But I believe that the 20 might have moved that 51 to try to get back up and right to the leader's tail. As we're coming down, there's, I believe, 4 laps to go now. So if I'm wrong and the 51's on the lead lap, don't expect that to be the end of the 51 and 20 for tonight's race.
I just want to give a shout out to all these drivers. Great performance tonight, all around, front to back of this field. It's been some great racing, some great drafting, a lot of smart decision making, a lot of patience. Really proud of this developmental series tonight.
D. Smith just gave me some helpful information. Apparently, I did not leave it on during the Giggity rev up. I didn't leave it on a car long enough for the sponsors to get seen. I just lost my job. The sponsors have decided not to keep me for next season, so unfortunately, thanks for the information there, D. Smith. We'll try to improve, man. This is the first time I've done it, trying to get better. Alright, so the 41 is now falling back. I know for a fact that the 33 and the 75 are lap down. Renegade is the one I don't know about. At the same time, if he is a lap down and he did move that, and the 20 did move the 51 for sure, that is not going to pan out for the 20 having these 2 lap guys behind him, because the 20 has to peel out to make a move here at the end of the race. And now it looks like the 51 is going to be the car behind Sanity. So when Sanity goes to make that move, don't expect the 51 to go with him. Expect him to close that hole and push the 22 of WRX Mike. 3 laps remain here at the Developin Dega race. Great job, man. I'm really happy with what I've seen so far. This has been some really, really good racing.
Oh, they're making a gap. Look, we've got the first 3 there. Oh no, they're closing the gap now. But definitely at this point, you want to be making gaps and maybe think about making a run as the 22 comes out and makes the block. 20 on the outside, 22 on the inside. Oh, the 51's now on the inside of 20. Is he going to give him a door slap? No, he's left it well aligned. I'll tell you what, this is great racing. This is awesome. Get some, guys. Get some.
The 41 drops down, was helping the 20, decides to drop down, follow that 33. Sanity is going to fall to the rear, coming to 2 laps remaining. You know, actually, D. Smith, I'm glad that you're the one helping me out there. I'm a little intrigued how the Giggity rev up would sound if you were the one doing it. I believe from your personal perspective, it might sound like motor engine, silence, motor engine, silence. No, I'm just messing with you, man.
Robot.
I'm just kidding, bud. Thanks for real for being out there and helping us out up here. WRX Mike still leading at 41, looking to the outside, a little bit off, as nothing he could do. He was the only car out there. Sanity's able to get back by. Now again, I talked about the 51-33, possibly a lap down. They're coming to the white flag. 2 cars, looks like they're going to lap one of them in a matching paint scheme to that 22. Would he help the 22? 22 to the outside. I'm actually assuming this is the final lap. I think he's breaking the draft. No, they're still underpowered.
Yeah, white flag is definitely.
That was it.
No, that's it.
That was it.
Oh, great job.
I think the 51 was the second. I think Renegade brought home P2.
Absolutely.
Couldn't have had a better driver. Really good guy.
Okay, the 51 was not on the lead lap. Final finishing results: WRX, Mike, Sanity Outlaw, and a little bit off. So those were the only three up there battling for position. And Robert, I'm going to need you to send those invites.
It's a pretty good top 10 in there. The results match. We left off a little bit off at third. Rowdy brought home fourth. Darkin fifth. Nap sixth. Titan seventh. The lead came home eighth. Flip Taro ninth and 10th. And Spaz Scott. Followed by Zivik, Dirt Dog, Adi, MD Blue. And Gabe was the first car lap down. Steelers for Papa Russo. OKC, Jason Robinson, and Ghost Rider.
Okay, so I've sent a invite out to Sanity Outlaw. I'll tell you what, he's going to be stoked. Even though he didn't get first, but he's going to be happy.
He's not going to be upset, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Are you going to do the other two as well?
Yeah, I'm on it. I've got to try and find them. I don't think I've actually got them, so I think you might need to.
You can just type their name in when you go to invites. Let me, if you want, I can blue screen real quick.
I'm going to go get ready for my racing.
Sorry guys, sorry for the silence right now. I'm getting these guys, nobody can hear anyone but me. I'm getting these guys suggested to be able to get here into the booth with us. Sanity, I'm on blue screen right now, but make sure that your voice is set to always loud. A little bit off is, oh, because I spelled it wrong. WRX, make sure your voice is set to always allow real quick. And I just suggested the final driver. So, there we go.
Okay.
Noko, do you want to take this one with a little bit off? He was driving a Stuart Haas car. He's not a signed driver, but he was in a Stuart Haas car.
Hey man, awesome job tonight, man. It looked like it was a lot of fun out there. A lot of slicing and dicing, 20 plus car pack. What were your thoughts? Like, how was the race?
Oh man, I mean, starting from 16th, man, to be honest, I thought I was gonna get wrecked out or something like that, but we stuck with it. Got to the front quick as we could, but smoothly as we could, and it worked out towards stage one with the stage win, and I think we finished fourth in stage two, and then it's unfortunate that my brother had caught that speeding penalty. He was pretty much my teammate right there, so it was unfortunate for him, man. But fast car today. Like I said, I did not expect to get a win like this, man. It's good. I love it.
Awesome job, man. It was phenomenal to watch. It is definitely the best plate race we've had all season, by far.
Yeah, you know what? I want to take time to apologize to you guys. I know y'all was watching a board race, but I mean we were just trying to save fuel as much as we can. Me and the guys that was me and the guys that I was teaming up with, we had to use on the same strategy, and we just wanted to save enough gas to get to the end of stage 1, 2, and the final stage, and it paid off.
Let me tell you something real quick. There's one thing you don't need to do, and that is apologise to us. You guys put on an absolute fantastic show tonight. Some people will say it's boring. But clean racing can be boring, and what you guys did, you showed patience, you showed vigilance, you held your lines, you left room, and you just put on a great show. I mean, what more can I say?
Hey, I
awesome.
appreciate it. I appreciate Serenity. And I just want to thank my sponsors, man. Auto Trader, Pennzoil, all the guys back in the race shop. They put it together a fantastic car. Proud to be a NOCO racing teammate. I appreciate again NOCO for recognizing my talent and moving me from development to the truck series for season 5 as well. So I'm grateful for you guys for bringing me in. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to see what you guys, this whole rookie class, man, the whole developmental class is definitely, it's teaming with talent. And I mean, I can't wait to see all the drivers that were picked up that are going to be season rookies for season 5. It's going to be awesome, man. Great job. Definitely. Kudos to you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Robbie, you want to take this one with Sanity?
Oh yeah, but you won't start.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
I'm more out.
Yeah. So feels like a win, right? That's what you're gonna say.
I'll tell you right now, Mike, I wasn't leaving your bumper. Just to let you know that I'd rather finish second and had you get that than actually see you get crashed in some sort of weird way at the end of that race.
Hey,
Yeah,
man, I appreciate you sticking by me, man. I'm sorry, I mean, anyway, go ahead.
Well, no, you're good. I lost my team. Well, okay, we're going to get this out of the way because we did this. So Mike, me, Humor, Elite, and all the Joe Gibbs and Penske cars actually formed an alliance before this race. And we're going to come in here. Well, I lost all my teammates in that last run. And when I came out, I had Mike. I'm like, all right, I'll make it work.
Well,
But
you know,
it was rough.
you did an awesome
was-
job. It was awesome. Great show. Congratulations on your second place. And I know you think to yourself that feels like a win. You saying you're happy with a second and not trying to take first. Just, you know, that's respectful driving. So well done to you.
Yeah,
Spot on.
awesome job, man. Awesome job, 20. That was a nice race.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it, buddy.
Hey, yeah, that was a hell of a comeback, though, Sandy. From being in the back of the pack to working your way back to second place finish. I think that was pretty impressive, and you know that's why I recognize your talent throughout the entire development series, along with everybody else. It's like you're that guy. Whoever picks you up, you're gonna be that guy. I can see that in the future.
I'll tell you now, the only issue I have, and you were saying about a recovery, I, in stage 2, blew pit road. Like, nobody's business. Like, I 2 hit me in the bumper, but it didn't cause it. I just couldn't get my brakes locked quick enough because the pit lane came too quick. And I bet I was doing at least, I'm going to say about 70 miles an hour hit the pit road. I just couldn't get the car to stop.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I tried to figure out what I could do to strategize. Literally in stage 3, and I was probably making the 4 car extremely feed off at me. But in the line of cars that was in front of me, I was breathing the throttle because they had a lot more fuel than I did. So I saved actually almost 2 laps of fuel behind them in draft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just want to add on as far as the almost getting caught in speed. You know, I'm not sure who was at 41, but I got clobbered by the 41.
Yeah, I thought you both did. We mentioned it on broadcast. We for sure thought both of you guys were speeding. Definitely the 41. I don't know how you went from 180 down to 55 in 3 seconds, but congratulations on just getting down to pit lane.
Just jamming the brakes. And don't downshift.
Must be the Titans 4000 right there, getting it down to speed limit. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's carry on a little bit off. You finished 3rd place. I believe this to be your first run here with Giggity Racing League. Is that correct?
Yes.
First time out here. This is just the development series. Not taking anything away from that by saying this is just the development series. But your first time run, you get to run in with these guys. The racing looked really good from where we were sitting. You ran up front all night. Just go through how you felt throughout the whole event tonight.
Well, I tried to keep it clean. A lot of it was throughout the race was just trying to keep from bump drafting because a lot of times I was 4th, 5th in line, and when you're 4th, 5th in line right on the bumper and somebody tagged you, it gets real squirrely. So I was trying to leave just about a half car length in front of me. So if it did check up, I didn't have to check quite as bad. And then that way it can stack up against behind you.
Yeah, I'm hearing a little bit of lag in your mic, but it's alright. I think the viewers at home can still hear. This is a plate track. It's kind of anyone's game. We here at Giggity, we make a person drive at least 2 times in a development race before they're necessarily eligible to be signed. After a run like that, running up front all night, I think you drew some interest in the captains. And as long as you are here next week, let me find out where you guys are headed. But I definitely think that you grew some interest, and don't be surprised if somebody goes ahead and snags you for the higher series for season 5.5 coming up soon. Or 4.5, apologies.
I think it's trucks at Atlanta next.
That seems right.
For us? I thought it was Charlotte with Xfinity.
No, you're going to go to trucks. It should be trucks. You guys just ran cups, so it usually goes truck, Xfinity. We got a schedule here. It is Xfinity Charlotte, 7 p.m. Eastern next week, so stay tuned. Yeah. You guys will have a great race there.
I will say one thing before I roll out, before you guys get done here. Any captains that are looking for a driver, I'm willing to learn custom setups. I don't know how to do it. I can do preset, but I'm willing to learn customs if possible. So, just give you guys that heads up.
He's going for his slogan for trying to get himself on a team. Definitely what you're supposed to do here. You're driving out there, Grim. You're driving out there, did great.
Hashtag sanity sales pitch.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it was Mike that I got into. It looked on that last stop or whatever. It looked like there was going to be room, and I was already committed, and I jammed on the brakes and downshifted as hard as I could. And I actually think I hit like 10,000 RPMs or something like that.
So it's fair to say that your judgment was a little bit off, like your mic.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit off, right?
Did I really say a bad word on air just now? I keep getting these messages.
No, I don't think you did. So,
wow.
But we'll have to wrap it up. I do believe that some of these guys in here do have a race tonight. But guys, spot on, well done. WRX Mike, if you could send me the paint scheme of your car that you used tonight, and then I'll go ahead and do the artwork either tonight or tomorrow. But great job, congratulations to all of you on your podium finishes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Really do.
Alright guys, congratulations, and to you, Robbie, real quick, closing remarks.
Wow, what a race. Small Bear, thank you as always for putting this together tonight. Great job organising all of these drivers. It's not easy, I know that, because I've tried setting up a lobby and it is difficult. You can get a little bit flustered, I know. Thank you to Tatty for broadcasting it tonight. Noco, cheers for coming into the booth. Thank you to Arch as well. And guys, what a great show. Podium finish was Money Mike on the pole. Santi Outlaw was a second and a little bit off with third position. Great show. And we'll catch you at the next one.
Money Mike.
I said WRX Mike.
I swear you just said Money Mike.
I think so. I think he said money.
Okay. Well,
subtitles. It's just it's that British thing. On that note, guys.
On that note, guys, we're gonna end this broadcast. Congratulations to all the drivers. That was one heck of a show they put on. Stay tuned. Tomorrow night we have our preset Xfinity. I'm not sure where they're headed at the moment. They hit Talladega last week, so anyway, stay tuned. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern, we will be having our preset Xfinity series, one of the final 2 races. So tune in tomorrow night, and to everybody, thank you for watching. Go ahead.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead, Robbie, say it.
Bye! You know what? I'm gonna do it. Bye! Bye!